Hey, all you freaks and geeks out there in podcast land. Take a look at this. We have a new sponsor. This episode of the podcast was brought to you by Green Belt Botanicals. Green Belt Botanicals is a locally owned and operated CBD dispensary based out of the capital of the great state of Texas. That's Austin, Texas, to be exact. They have tinctures, edibles, hemp flower, CBD treats for your four-legged friends, topicals, beverages, bath bombs, capsules, and a whole lot more. I stopped in for some cotton candy kush, granddaddy lemon, sunset diesel, and some hemp treats for the dogs here. And they love them, people. They love them. Be sure to educate yourself when you're purchasing CBD on the market. Don't purchase your CBD from a gas station, a liquor store, or from some infomercial on the tube. Stop in to one of 3 brick-and-mortar Green Belt Botanicals locations in the Austin area. They have their South Lamar location, their Westgate location, and their West Lake location. Or, if you're not in the Austin area, you can check them out at greenbeltbotanicals.com. And while you're there, be sure to use my code, the Freaks and Geeks official code for Green Belt Botanicals, and that is, all caps, Foot Doctor 15. That is FOOTDR 15. What do you say? FOOTDR 15. All caps. And you're going to receive not 5, not 10, but 15% off your purchase at checkout. Remember, that's greenbeltbotanicals.com, based out of Austin, Texas. And now, on with the show.
Wednesday, September 16th. Welcome, Freaks and Geeks, to the Doctor's Orders podcast with the 512 Foot Doctor. I am your host, the 512 Foot Doctor. If you are a returning freak or geek, thank you for tuning in again. And if you are joining us for the first time, thank you as well. First off, I would like to give a huge shout out to Green Belt Botanicals for being the first sponsor of the podcast. Check it out, Freaks and Geeks. Be sure to go check them out either in store, online, or on Instagram and give them a follow. We've got some big things planned for the future. And with that said, today's guest has been known as an international man of mystery, a native Texan, a rebel without a cause, and an all-around card-carrying certified bad motherfucker from a galaxy far, far away, joining us live in studio today. I give you Cass. What's going on, bud?
Not too bad. Just glad to be here. Glad to be one of the first.
Hell yeah, man! Number three. That's an excellent occurrence. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here, and I hope you like the place, man. You're breaking in one of the top 10, which is a big thing for me. And with that being said, I want it to be a big thing for the podcast and for the listeners, the freaks and geeks out there. So thank you very much. But how you been living lately, dude?
Oh, I just settling back down in here in Texas. We moved back from Colorado in the midst of this
crazy ass time, dude.
Yeah, the new world.
I hear you, man. So you yourself were relocated. You yourself were, taken advantage of by this shit. Do you feel that?
Oh yeah, I mean it's just been a travesty.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people right now are like mourning because of this stuff going on, mourning the fact that we no longer have the things that we used to, and or we're limited from doing the things that we've always done that make us who we are. But it is what it is, and we got to keep on going on. That's how I feel, at least.
Yeah, I mean it's a new way of life.
Yeah.
We were already kind of preparing for this with social media as it is.
For sure.
People are
behind closed doors, though.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, while you do have the social media account and all this, this online presence, you weren't signing up for a completely digital, if not 90% digital life.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And now you're in it.
Well, and before, you still met with people in person.
Yeah, for sure.
And now you see people in public and you're like, are they wearing a mask? Are they getting too close? Something like that.
Do you remember fucking like having phone calls at your crib? Not like, I mean, you can still have a phone call at your house right now, but do you remember the phone call being the only option? And you're just, for some people, like if you were talking to a chick or something like that, you cherish that fucking time right there, and you made a phone call and you were like, I gotta be on, and you enjoyed talking endless hours with this like other individual, whoever it may be.
Oh yeah, plenty of times, doing that. But even then, that ended quickly. That ended in our generation.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Now we wait on three dots to send something.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Or we just wait for this thing to pop up in an account somewhere. It's like, fuck, what is that?
Yeah.
No one's going out. No one's talking. No one's. I mean, like I hate to say face to face, but I don't know. And this was before this whole thing. Is we've steadily been social distancing ourselves, even before this year, this 20th year of the whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're right that we've been preparing for this and we didn't even know it.
Yeah, we had no clue.
Yeah. And now we're fucking signed up for something.
Yeah, and this is the way life's gonna be. That's the way I see it. At least it's gonna be. It's gonna change things forever.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, definitely.
Eating in concerts.
Yeah.
Festivals.
They're trying to start back up, but it's just like everything else that you have going for a solid long run, and then you just cut it off and restrict it, and then it's like now you can trickle back into what you used to do.
Right. Yeah, but the problem with Americans is we don't trickle.
Yeah, we just do full force.
We don't take small bites. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna order the pie.
Yeah, order the pie, and we're gonna eat the whole motherfucker at the table, and we're not taking shit home. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Conserve. Come on.
Yeah, and we're not patient. We're not gonna wait.
We want it now.
Yeah,
it's our money, and we want it now.
To us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rotten, but it's individuals like yourself. It's individuals like all of the guests I have lined up, past and for the future, that understand that, and that's how I want to get to talking.
Absolutely.
So
glad to be here.
Hell yeah, man! I appreciate it. Let's dive right in. You yourself are a connoisseur, an aficionado, an individual who really appreciates a fine automobile. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, you could say that.
Hell yeah, me as well. I mean,
absolutely,
definitely. It's your vessel when you're trying to transport your vessel, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
It does say a lot about a person. It has to, right? It's your automobile, it's your car, it's your truck, it's your means of transportation.
It can absolutely be a reflection of yourself. Some people don't give.
Yeah, some. That's correct. That's correct. Some people, it's just it's a place. It's a tool to get from point A to point B.
Right.
But there's those other individuals that really dive deep into a style or a model or a brand, whatever that be. And this is just. I know I said means of transportation. This is specifically talking automobiles.
Right.
Because means of transportation could be a skateboard, a roller skate, your feet. But here, I do want to talk automobiles strictly.
Yeah.
So, what do you remember? What your first car was? That not like as a child, but if you want to say that one, like the first car you remember, or like just your true first vehicle where you were the commander of the ship. You were running the ones and twos. You were deciding what channel the radio station was on and how hot or how cold it was in there, or what was in the tape deck or the CD deck. Do you remember that vehicle?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to say it was a '93 Mustang hatchback, black. It had a GT body kit. It was nice. It was clean. me and the stepdad, we built a custom system, put it in there, big woofers, custom box. So it was a CD player, a new deck. That was the thing at the time.
Now, was it a single disc or was it one of those multis? You remember the multis?
Oh yeah, we got a car that's got the multis right now.
Jeez,
they're kind of unreliable.
Not reliable?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. After so many years, machines do tend to break down, especially like complex and not well created machines like that that have multiple options.
Yeah, I mean they're not made like they used to be.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So, but yeah, first car is Mustang, and since then I've had like 6 Mustangs or something like that. But
Can you name off all the colors, or were they all black?
Yeah, I've had a black one. Then I went to a white one right after that. Got a red one in Germany. Came back, got a silver one. Got rid of that one. Now I got a red one.
A red one now.
Yeah. So.
Jeez. Are you a fan of the racing stripe? I love a red automobile. Like, it's got to be a sport vehicle with a white racing stripe on it, or a double. The double. I kind of like the single, but the double is very nice as well. What about you?
Yeah, I never had any stripes on my cars. I like a plain color, but I had driving stripes on my red Mustang in Germany. Yeah. It's like 2 little stripes that are slanted over the driver's side fender.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's not over the entire automobile on its own. Oh
Yeah.
Yes. I know what you're talking about now. Is it like 3 or 1?
It's 2.
It's 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Were they the same color, or what color were they?
Yeah, they were black.
Black.
Yeah,
Black on a red.
Kind of red and black was my thing.
Yeah.
Car.
That's great. Yeah.
Kind of nod to Ferrari.
Yeah, for sure.
My favorite.
That's crazy that you took off from the country of the United States of America and you went over to Germany and you picked up an American. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I bought it there, and obviously it was brand new, so I had it shipped to Germany. The Army paid for that.
Yeah, and
it was like driving a Ferrari in Europe. In America, because there's no Germans can't buy Mustangs, so it's rare. Yeah, and so that was my Ferrari equivalent.
Dang, that's crazy for sure. You stand out because it's like, what's that? What is that? I mean, people know what that is, but to see that over there, that's crazy.
Absolutely,
I dig that, man. Jeez, and what that one again? What describe that one for us one more time. That one you purchased.
Yeah, so we got a 2011 Mustang GT, 5.0 Coyote.
That's the one you purchased in Germany?
Yeah.
Coyote? What does that mean?
That's the newest 5.0. Yeah, it's a bad.
And that was 11. They still utilize that that term?
It's a new 5.0. So Ford redid it.
Yeah.
They started from the ground up type of thing. So it's about 420 horsepower right out of the gate, 6-speed transmission. I mean, it was an awesome.
And this was in 2011, a Coyote? Jeez.
Yeah, it was the first year.
Oh, okay.
So it was something special.
Hell yeah.
Then. Since then, they stuck with that 5.0 Coyote. They've made some changes.
Why? Do you know why they call it the Coyote? What is that about? Coyote. Why would they call it that?
Yeah,
there's something behind that.
It's absolutely a nod to something, and I'm drawing a blank right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Dang.
Yeah,
that's all right, freaks.
But that's the new engine. If you're a Ford guy, I mean, that's the new engine.
A Coyote.
Well, it's not new, but
it's the new tech.
Power.
It's the current tech.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. A Coyote. My apologies. I don't want to insult you on this, but what's your take on the that cute little Mustang SUV that they're trying to drop? What do you think about that?
There's in the Mustang community, some things are forgotten. Like, there's a Mustang 2.
Yeah.
And really nobody knows that. Because we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
There's certain forums. There's not even a forum for the Mustang 2s in some of those.
Yeah.
So,
it sounds
that's
like
the Mustang Mach-E. It's going that way, too.
Yeah. That's what they call that new one, the Mustang. What did you say? Mustang Mach-E?
Yeah. Mach-E.
Oh, yes.
They did... Just do a Cobra Jet all-electric rear wheel,
Really?
1,400 horsepower.
Jeez.
It's a monster.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to compete with the dude that's moving in out there by the airport.
Oh, Elon.
Yeah. They got it. I mean, doesn't everyone have to compete with that guy now? Because he's showing the works and coming up on really big stops.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty close to our Tony Stark, you know, in this universe.
Yeah. Or is Tony Stark pretty close to what he's going to be?
Right.
Who knows, man?
Yeah, who knows? He's definitely on track to be, a super billionaire.
He just had a new serial number. Him and his wife had a new serial, or a kid, a serial number. So yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Or a new update, I guess you would say in his terms. What do you think about that truck?
Oh man, I love it.
Yeah,
I'm all on board.
Yeah,
a bulletproof truck.
Yeah,
just for no reason. Absolutely, yeah. Why not?
I can see the dude getting militant and like being a producer of tanks and or fighter jets and or insert
Stark Industries.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. I could see it too. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's doing something with
for sure
with DARPA,
with somebody,
with the Neuralink. Have you heard about that?
Neuralink.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's a quarter-sized microprocessor that could be inserted into your skull.
Poof. See, I called that to my wife. I called that. I definitely everybody. I think. Yeah. Another tracking device, essentially. Right?
Well, way more than that. I mean, it's a computer.
Yeah. You think it'd be liquid?
No, it'll be solid.
It'll be a solid, but fucking like a grain, smaller than a grain of rice.
I mean,
smaller than a grain of sand.
It's quarter size.
Quarter size. Okay.
Yeah. Right, it's basically like a PCB computer.
Yeah.
Chip,
I think they could shrink that down though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the initial showing of it was that big. So he's looking for like big time investors, like the best engineers and scientists to make it smaller.
And when you say you're not referencing Elon, are you?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, he's doing big things.
Yeah.
And it could like fix issues with addiction, spinal cord to a brain issue type of thing. So addiction, depression, hearing loss, like it could change the world, but you got to be willing to
be the guinea pig.
Yeah, and you gotta. It's like wireless charging. You have to charge it every night when you're sleeping.
That sounds like iRobot to me. Isaac Asimov. Oh, yeah. That's that right there.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I won't be signing up for that.
No. I'll see y'all on the flip side.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah. It can play music as well, but like
control you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm good. No, we'll take a break on that one for sure. No. So you say the Mustang's your favorite car model or what?
Yeah, absolutely.
Number one?
I mean, I've got a lot of favorites, but if I had to, if I had a gun to my head, that's the car.
Mustang?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Jeez. It's very respectable, but...
Yeah, I mean, there's, they kind of, usually Mustang owners kind of tend to make an ass of themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of.
Definitely. My wife wants
losing control.
My wife wants one.
Oh yeah.
So honey, honey, if you get one, don't make an ass of yourself and don't lose control, okay?
Yeah. All right. Absolutely. We gotta, we gotta be respectable. I guess. Have
I think she wants a yellow one.
Right on.
And if it's gonna be a yellow one, out of respect for the great city of Pittsburgh, I want it to be if I can have some black on there as well.
Yellow and black. Yeah.
Nasty. Not in reference to Bumblebee, because no.
Right.
But yeah.
Right.
Yellow and black for sure. I hope.
Let me know. Yeah,
it's gonna happen, more than likely.
I'll help you look for it or something. Right. Yeah.
I'm not discouraging it, but I'm just letting her go with the flow and see what she can produce.
Yeah.
It has to have a spoiler. I think it has to have a spoiler. And probably what are those things that go on the back windows? That kind of
louvers.
And they kind of like
cover the windows.
Look like vents?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd get down with that.
Yeah. My stepfather had like a gray. Do you remember that one? The 5.0? It was gray, and I think it was like 90. It was, man.
It was a Fox body.
Yeah. It was gray, not super gray, but it was like a nice light gray with kind of, I don't want to. It wasn't gloss, but it had some speckle to it. And I don't use the word glitter because, come on, please.
Well,
speckle.
some people might use that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
no, this had some sparkle to it. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
It's a 5.0.
That's my favorite body. Yeah. So if
I
saw it, I would remember it. No matter.
It was a '90s one for sure. But that's the first.
Was it a convertible?
No. It was all silver. And it had a silver spoiler too.
Okay. Hatchback.
No.
Okay.
No.
Coupe, man. I don't know. I must have not seen it because.
Yeah. Let me see if I can look up Freaks and Geeks. I'm gonna try and look some stuff up. I'm gonna do now more of this production process. So if the feed goes down, bear with us. It'll be back. But we're gonna check something out. Boom. We're gonna go investigate this. This thing we're looking for, this Mustang body that we are looking for here.
So are we talking about a custom silver?
No. This would have been a factory. Yeah. Let's see. That's how you spell Mustang. And let's do the numbers. Let's get the O. There we go. And let's do 199. Let's do 4. Let's try that out.
So 94 would have been that body, yeah.
That's not it. Okay, so let's do.
So you're wanting Fox
95?
body.
You think? Okay,
just
95.
hit Fox body. They'll know.
Let's see. Yeah, that's it right there. The first one, this one.
Oh, for real? Yeah, GT. Yeah.
This one, and it would have been. Where? No, I don't see it. Where is it? Was a silver, so let me go up here.
Man, what happened to that?
I'll tell you. Let me get a picture of it. Real quick. SIV. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm driving right now. Not as a daily, but I got one at home.
Yeah, I think it looked like that right there.
Right on. That's a hatchback GT.
Yeah. Let's see.
They were popular.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good one.
I don't think it had this little hood scoop here. It was.
Yeah, that's not factory.
Yeah. No, but yeah.
Neither of those wheels.
That's what he had. Yeah, without that. Yeah. Awesome. That was great, man.
Yeah.
What happened to it? He sold it to somebody to get a modern one, same color. When I say modern, the not the newest model, but the previous one to that. So it was like a 2000 something, I think.
Okay.
And he essentially got the exact same thing, but in that color.
Right.
It was nasty. Had Flowmasters on it, the dual exhaust, sick deck in it, tinted. It purred in the morning when you woke it up in the garage for sure. And it was the only automobile. Oh no! Damn, he was calling shots back then. He had that vehicle in the garage and mother's vehicle, the Trailblazer in there as well. So he was squeezing that one in.
So is he what turned you on to Ford?
I can definitely see that as an influence.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it wasn't something you picked.
No.
Or both.
No, but I did pick the current automobile that I have.
Nice.
Which is a Ford product.
Right.
And he had one prior. But I just think they're beautiful automobiles. I wish they were still made. I wish they would still bring back that line, man. Like, how do you just take away Mercury Charlie and like, or not Mercury Charlie? Excuse me. That's a I guess that's a plug for a Mercury shop here in the what's it called? What's the hilly area? What the hell? The Hill Country. The Hill Country of Austin. There we go. What's the hilly area? Yeah, the Hill Country. There's a garage out there called Mercury Charlie's.
Yeah,
you been there?
A bunch of old school joints. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
I've been there once.
Beautiful
but
stuff.
just
awesome
it's great. It's a nice venture out there. But I think there was a gas station. We pulled over for something. We were trekking out there further.
Yeah.
But yeah, I follow them on Insta and stuff like that. And Freaks and Geeks, you also check them out. Austin Instagram, Mercury Charlie's. It's not in the city. Like I said, it's in the place with the hills, the hill country.
Yeah, it's off 290.
Yeah, it's way out there, but it's a beautiful thing to do. You could do that if you're in the area. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna social distance and you're still gonna quarantine if you're gonna do that or whatever, and then just drive out to Mercury Charlie's and take a look at it if that's your thing. But I'm glad there's still someone like trying to push the brand of Mercury, not necessarily push, but that has expertise in that, because they do a lot of custom work.
Oh yeah, it's a dying breed, and
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're looking at a lot of 50s and 60s.
Yeah, some hot stuff.
Mercury's out there.
I love the guy. It was the Mercury Man, and it was like do you know what I'm talking about? The logo, the Mercury Man logo?
No.
It's old, man. I don't know if they ever had hood ornaments. I would assume they did, but the logo was his name was the Mercury Man, and he was very similar to like a Olympic god, and I don't mean Olympic in the states of like the sport, but the mythology sense. Yeah.
Right.
And he was, it looked pretty cool just to have that kind of detail. But, right. I think 2011, Ford Motorcraft just did away with the Mercury line, and it's like, geez. Right. But it's odd that the Mercury brand is still like sought after around the world.
Oh yeah,
Saudi Arabia and just like these Indian countries.
Car, high quality craftsmanship.
For sure.
What's interesting is Ford, had a lot of influence in the beginning as far as like starting automobile companies. Kingsford, the charcoal.
Yeah.
Blue and white. Yeah. They started that because
Ford started Kingsford charcoal?
Yeah.
What?
Right.
What?
They had their own timber to, like, they had a forest they grew to cut timber to build their vehicles in their factories. So,
and they were burning all this timber, and it was producing these briquettes?
Yep. So they're like, boom.
Do you know if you ever, like, in the past, not you personally, like, in the past, would you see that Ford label on a bag of Kingsford? That's an interesting thought. Like
I think it started as Kingsford.
Oh yeah. But they didn't want to, like. That's crazy. I didn't even know about that.
But I mean, Ford's in it still.
Yeah, they're still like they're still owned by Ford.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but I mean, I would venture to guess that they do own it still.
Want to have a lot of that. Just goes to show you the individuals out there that have a lot of what's the phrase I'm looking for? A lot of I guess eggs in the basket, dogs in the hunt, or
diversified.
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
Trying to own or be a part of multiple different avenues or ventures.
Oh yeah,
that's very interesting.
On another level, I mean, they
behind closed doors
money
as well.
Yeah,
for sure. Damn, Mustangs. That's great, man. Yeah. I'm definitely a Ford guy. I don't, but I don't want this to impact any of you out there listening. Like what you want to like. But yeah, I do dig on Ford. But I don't really venture out into the out of the country. But I mean, I know of a few things, a few models, and here and there. But internationally, what vehicle are you going with?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Not like a spaceship or a mothership or nothing like that. What are you going with?
It'd be harder to pick a car. Well, you know what? It would be easy. Like a 80s Ford Escort RS. Probably would have found it in like Australia or England.
You wouldn't have seen that in America?
No,
really?
Unfortunately, no. They didn't bring them this way, and they had a lot of different body styles options as far as engines, turbo engines.
That was like the family car, right? I thought it wasn't that like.
Yeah, over here it was just terrible.
Yeah.
But over there, back in the 80s, it was a race car. It was an awesome little, almost like Mini Cooper-esque, like little body, square body.
Speaking of race cars, let me get something real quick. Speaking of race cars, do you remember Gran Turismo?
Oh yeah, I played it yesterday.
Oh,
I got the newest one. I mean,
what number is that one? What is that? 12?
I don't even know. But Yeah, I mean, I'm racing on that pretty often. I'd love to get one of those, gaming setups, racing chair, wheel, pedals, all that.
What you doing controller right now?
Yeah, I'm doing PS4 controller. Yeah. So pretty limited.
I remember a good buddy of ours back when we grew up. You would go in his house, and his father was a racing aficionado. He would race trucks, and I remember I think he had the PS2. And like it wasn't Gran Turismo. It was like a NASCAR, but he had the wheel, had the pedals. You remember that?
The whole setup. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's crazy, and that was on the PS2 spectrum.
Yeah, going further into that, his dad used to race out on Kyle.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a shame that place shut down.
Yeah, those trucks. I don't know what else they did, but I remember the trucks.
Yeah, they did a lot. They did go-kart racing out there, too. I did that once or twice.
Yeah? You participated in that?
Not
just watched it?
Competitively.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just.
But were you a driver?
Had some fun, yeah.
Oh, shit, that's cool.
Yeah.
What are those ones, those I don't want to call it cart. What are those vehicles, racing vehicles that have like I don't know. It's kind of like it's not a spoiler, but it looks like a fucking almost wings.
On the top?
Yeah, on the like back, and it's very boxy in the front. What
like a go-kart with body panels almost?
I think so. Yeah, I guess you could say, yeah.
Dirt track? Yeah, you're talking about a sprint car.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Those use the same engine that I've got in my Mustang right now. well, a similar engine.
Excuse the Coyote?
No. Oh. I've got an old Mustang now. It's just got the 2.3.
I hear
it's
you.
a little 4-cylinder. No power to it, but I'll be racing it actually.
Plug away.
Coming up at the end of the month, September 27th, at a Circuit of the Americas.
You heard it out there, boys and girls, freaks and geeks. Our boy Cass here is going to be racing. Drop that date again.
September 27th, and I'd like to do a shout out to Vet Motorsports.
Hit him.
Putting it on. It's for service-connected disabled veterans. You can do some free driving schools, and it's all paid for by Vet Motorsports. Look them up.
Sounds beautiful. Vet Motorsports. Sounds beautiful. My goodness. Dang. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Look at
absolutely.
You. That's great, bud. Doing something that you want to do. Going out there.
Absolutely. If you're physically disabled too, hit them up. They'll take care of you. They got all kinds of options for vehicles that you can do hand controls or whatever.
That's badass, dude. For sure, we're going to plug that on the tail end of this thing as well. Dang. That's crazy. You just blew my mind, but I got to put some pieces back together again.
That was a little unexpected.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's great.
Yeah.
Geez. Where was I going with this?
We were kind of going international.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's where you wanted to go, but...
I think you were still talking about the Escort, right?
Yeah, the Escort, yeah. But if I had to go, that was, if I had to go cars, a lot of engines, options in those Escorts. So, but if I went favorite engine internationally...
Yeah.
The Ford Barra, it's produced in Australia. It's a 6-cylinder. Barra. It's a bad engine. Dang. It's the Coyote of Australia.
Yeah.
So
Barra, what does that mean? I'm more curious to know what Barra means.
Yeah, I'm sure it's some kind of slang, something
and what
Australian.
And for that matter, what does Roush mean?
Right.
What is that?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. I do need to watch that film, that Ford versus Ferrari. Freaks and Geeks, my apologies. Don't butcher me too much if you've seen it and you're a little disappointed. But I do want to watch that for sure. It looks great.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. I mean, Christian Bale kills it.
Yeah,
and it was the story of Ford crushing the 24-hour Le Mans.
Yeah,
and they went on to do it quite a few times.
Yeah.
Consecutively.
Dang. That's crazy. Well, transitioning from just general talk of automobiles, general talk of some intercontinental stuff. You were saying in the past that you've raced or not necessarily you've raced, but your startup, how you got started and what age you ventured into like street racing. I want to know more about that. Yeah,
so I mean, always grew up a car lover, Ford specifically. Everybody in the family had Mustangs.
Yeah.
So that was a kind of a theme growing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we go to me and a buddy, a hometown buddy. We go trying to find a party. I don't know, maybe junior high.
Yeah.
Or early high school.
Yeah. Ninth grade.
So we go down Montopolis in Austin.
Yeah.
And party ends up being a dud. So we go to get some food, go to the Wendy's, and run up on just a parking lot full of, ricers and everything in between to American Muscle. And
Greasers.
Yeah,
MC or CC's.
Yeah. So we stop by, check it out, and it's just there's basically a quarter mile right in front of that Wendy's that everybody races. I forget what marker is.
Isn't that Riverside?
Yeah, it's just west of
Burleson.
Riverside. It's between Riverside and Burleson.
I know
Montopolis.
the one you're talking about. Yeah. Dang. And you were raised. That's the east. Isn't that north and south? Is that a north and south strip?
No, that's going east and west.
That's an east and west strip.
Yeah, so you're going to be racing headed west.
Is that the X? That's not the access road.
Montopolis is going north and south. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're not racing on the access road of
71? That's the race, the access road. Yeah. There's 2 lanes right there, and there's a quarter mile marker. I forget which it is, what it was, but I mean, there was a lot of races. You just sit there at the Wendy's, and people hit that U-turn.
Yeah.
They stop right there.
Yeah.
And just go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then we just kind of ran up on that. It was unexpected.
Yeah.
After that, I found street racing places everywhere I traveled from them.
Dang.
Just coincidentally.
Yeah. So you know what they look like. You don't even need to ask anybody. You just go out at a certain hour of the day and you can spot an accumulation of street racing individuals.
Oh, absolutely.
What part of town is it always the same part of town?
No. So there's probably in Austin, I mean, there's like 4 meets.
Yeah. And that's just
in a good night.
When I say the same part of town, I reference like
right, the like industrial or the environment. Yeah. Typically, industrial because it's dead at night.
Yeah.
Something like that. But, like in Denver, it's basically out in the airport, like towards DIA.
Really?
Yeah. And those are big, high horsepower, very fast cars. Like 2,000 horsepower, 1,500 horsepower.
Dang,
rockets.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
And then in Germany, the street racing is kind of more like a drift scene. A lot of guys like drifting over there.
Did you hit that? What's that thing called? The Autobahn. You hit the Autobahn?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome, man. In the Mustang?
Yeah. I hit 165.
Woo! Whoop whoop! This is on the police.
Yeah, I passed the Polizei doing 120 miles an hour, like not a care in the world.
Jeez. That's awesome. How does that even fucking feel? Does it fucking start to tremble and shake a little bit?
You're flying. It's smooth sailing, know. And the Autobahn is it's German highway.
Yeah.
But they know what they're doing as far as
do
building
they separate
roads.
The directions, or is there another lane right next to you?
No, you're not going to run into that.
It's
not
all
on the
just
Autobahn.
one direction, and the other one goes the other way.
Yeah, there's going to be a divider usually.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's crazy.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we've done 165. I did 185 in my buddy's Porsche on the Autobahn, just like not a problem.
And this was stick?
Yeah.
Is
the only way.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, obviously you can shift faster with automatics, but I'd rather drive my car and improve my.
You tell it what to do.
Yeah.
Not let it do what it wants to.
Control the cruise, not cruise control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. Oh, jeez. I like that. That's crazy. So like, what in your racing experience, what have you won aside from pride?
I never. Yeah, that was it. Just bragging rights.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's lots of guys who race for money.
Yeah,
and you can find it in Austin.
Yeah,
those are guys that know exactly what their car will do.
Can you find the pink slip races in the city? Or does that even still go on anymore?
You know, that's kind of like a Fast and the Furious thing, you know. But I'm sure there's guys that do that. Yeah. There's the show Pinks, you know, that was a big one. Yeah. But a lot of guys will race for money, usually a couple hundred, 500.
You don't want to lose your guy just off fucking a bad second.
Right.
Like, fuck, there goes my guy's gone. Yeah, I can hear that.
Well, the guys that were racing for money around down here in Austin, usually Corvettes, you know.
Yeah, definitely. You want to. Yeah,
it's a big gamble.
Yeah, that's good. That's better. Is there racing on like these online online betting things on that level? Like the
yeah, absolutely. You can make bets. Yeah.
You ever go to that NHRA?
Oh yeah. I've been to tracks all over the world, drag tracks or
my
road
stepfather
courses.
was huge on that NHRA. That Bernstein, right? I think his name is Ken Bernstein. Bernstein. He's a Budweiser. He was a Budweiser guy.
Okay.
I think it's Bernstein. I want to say Ken Burns, but it's Ken Burns is a film guy. I think Kenny Bernstein maybe.
And that sounds vaguely familiar. I'm not a big drag car fan.
Yeah, I think he had another kid that raced Budweiser too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah.
And this was that NHRA circuit. I'm pretty sure. I've never seen it live, but they've gone quite a few times. You got to put those fucking like earmuffs on and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff's
and
crazy.
And the fuel. I mean, the smell of it. It'll burn your nose.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Man, that's exciting, bud. All right. Well, let's transition.
Absolutely.
We've talked automobiles. I want to talk one more thing before we go into the nitty gritty and the meat and potatoes of our thing in just a little bit. But you get down with space, and I think you know a good amount about that. And I don't want to say that I know a whole lot about it, but I have a lot of like questions or just like interesting observations or a curiosity for others' insight on the stuff that's going on up there. So, like, what got you started on outer space?
Well, that started with my grandma.
Yeah.
She was big into like reading constellations.
Yeah.
Not like, trying to get some meaning from that, just recognizing them in the night sky and the moon phases. So it started with that, and growing up in the country out here, we've got a pretty good. There's not a lot of light pollution.
Yeah, a good viewing opportunity.
Right. So it started with that. Star Wars, Star Trek, big influence as well to like space
Do you
exploration.
like Star Trek?
Yeah, I get down with it for sure. I kind of prefer Star Wars, but Star Trek's, I gotta give it to them. They, they did a lot of pioneers as far as space.
For sure, the whole like
theater.
Yeah. I hear that.
So then it goes on to my military career. I got selected to serve Army Space. So I did some extra training, and then I joined Army Space. I got my space badge, my space wings,
Helmet?
No.
No?
I mean, I got the Stormtrooper helmet, But I'm sure in our lifetime there will be a real version of that for these Space Force cadets, whatever their position is called.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, which leads me to my next question. I do want to continue the space talk, but you dabble into your past, which is excellent. In reference, I'm going to go two ways with this, but hear me out. So you brought up Star Wars, and I know that you like Star Wars a lot.
Absolutely.
Who's your favorite character?
Favorite character, that's a really tough choice, and there's so much to choose from.
Yeah, a lot.
I love Obi, love Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda's great. I love the way he talks.
But, through the series, just kind of a very passive character as Stormtrooper. I don't know. I just love the style of it. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks clean.
The helmet.
It looks clean, and it's been continuously updated and like kept in the series.
And being a soldier, I kind of identified with that as being replaceable, being this passive thing and cog in the wheel.
Yeah, I hear you on that for sure. I definitely. So Stormtrooper's your favorite like character. What about your favorite antagonist? Your favorite bad guy? Your favorite heel? Who's that?
I kind of like Darth Maul. Very small role in the
Silent Warrior, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I identify with that.
Silent but deadly.
Yeah, and it was such a big movie during our adolescence.
What was that, like 2001?
Yeah, I think like right there. Yeah.
And this guy busted out the dual saber.
Yeah, the OG with that.
Oh man, no one else did it, right?
Yeah, 2001. So that's kind of, I don't know. We're kind of bouncing everywhere, but that's a question that I wanted to ask you.
What
is, where were you in 2001, 9/11? Because
I was with you, partner.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just passed the anniversary.
Yeah.
19 years.
Yeah.
Of hell. And so, where were you when it all went down? I remember vividly. I'm sure a lot of us in our generation.
Definitely.
It's a personal journey.
Yeah, and I like that you brought this up. I like that you dropped this on me. You dropped the bomb on me, baby. Buddy, I was almost positive I was the same place that you were at, drawing back to the Disney thing, the Disney quote, whatever it is. We were in the 5th grade.
You bet.
Yeah. We were in the same elementary school.
Yep.
Were we in the same class?
I feel like that. Like I was in the annex, that little annex by the.
That's where everybody was. The 5th grade.
Yeah, that was the 5th grade, right? Yeah. Okay.
Were you on the left side or the right side?
So who was your teacher?
Were you on the left side of the wing or the right side of the wing?
I'm pretty sure I was on the right side.
Oh, I was on the left side.
Yeah. Close to the windows or right? That was the window side.
I think it was like the last one on the left. Last one on the left, guys.
Oh, okay. Which room? Yeah, I was on the left side.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So there's a hallway in that annex, and there's rooms on the left and rooms on the right.
Yeah. I'm probably like 4 or 5 rooms on each side?
On each side, right, yeah.
And then when you walk in, there's on the left side and the right side student bathrooms.
Yeah.
Girls on the right, boys on the left. No, I think it was the other way around. I think it was when you enter, boys on the right, girls on the left.
Yeah, no, that sounds right.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, so my teacher was Miss Castile.
Damn.
EEL.
Yeah. No, then I was right next to you. Then I think her name was Dickerson.
Yeah.
Or Dixon. I think Miss Dixon. Yeah, Miss Dixon.
Yeah, one of those sounds all right. Dickerson kind of sounds familiar.
I think it was Dixon. I think it was Dixon. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think we were one. I think like, let's say there were on the left side there was room 1, room 2. I think like Castillo was like number 4, and then Dixon was number 5.
Okay.
Or something like they were right next to each other. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, I knew we were there together. That's what I figured. Crazy. I remember just Miss Castillo coming in crying.
Yeah.
And then, she just like couldn't say anything, and then she puts the news on.
Yeah. Yeah, they all put the news on that day.
Yeah.
All of them did.
And that was the only thing we saw for like the next 2 weeks. If you turn the TV on.
Oh yeah.
If you turn the TV on, that was it.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, and kind of reflecting on that, I mean, look at how different the world was. Like that happened and the country came together.
It messed up a lot of stuff with like flight. You used to be able to do a lot of stuff. And then that like just locked everything down.
Yeah, you know it's funny how we were like, they hijacked 2 planes. We're like, shut down the airport.
Yeah.
And then today's plague, we're like, there's no way airports can shut down. Yeah. It's just not happening.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But it's also interesting to dating back to that day and that is it affect? It's affect, right? Or effect?
Yeah, you're right.
Affect with the A, I think. Sorry, I'm no Bill Shakespeare. Like that effect took what that event did to our security, locked us down to. So it did lock us down, not like we are now, but it did do a from that moment on lockdown of a security approach.
Absolutely.
And now we're in another time, another occurrence, another state.
A harder lockdown.
Yeah. The lockdown has progressed since then.
Right.
And even probably before.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, as millennials, we get like the token, like we're complaining and we're killing all these industries. But like, look at what we've lived through as millennials. 2001 goes down. We're just kids, and we're like, I was like, oh, I want to. The war's going to be over before I can join. Yeah, like I'm going to miss it. No, it's still going. Not a problem. Yeah,
still going. But
and then there's been so many other struggles through our adulthood,
and that's just ours. But when you think about the people that are still going that were here before us, our parents, our grandparents that saw WW2,
Korean War,
Vietnam.
Yeah. This is not Vietnam. There are rules here.
Yeah, but there's been people that have seen all that stuff and now are seeing this, and they're on like their tail end of their existence.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Like, how are you even?
They saw all that,
still doing it if you've seen these things, and not even like seen it. Like a lot of people, the older generations were in it. Yeah, they were part of it. Yeah. The war or whatever.
It was a giant call. It was a huge call. It still is. But I feel like there was less people then. So the pick was...
Yeah.
More
likely.
You had to go. You had to go. The whole draft thing, like,
crazy.
Get a letter, you're going. Yeah.
There's impossible today. Mm-hmm. No way. With millennials, Gen Zs, or Zoomers, whatever they are. We're kind of rebels. Yeah. Not really taken to authority figures. Yeah. In general. It would just never happen.
Yeah. Jeez, that's trippy. I don't know, man. That's a whole lot. That's just on a little bit of space. A little bit. That could lead into so many things. I wanted to talk to you about, like, Egypt. I wanted to talk to you about, like, pyramid locations in the world. But I even wanted to talk to you about JFK. But it looks like we're running out of time, and we need to cram one thing in. Okay, so this is story time, boys and girls. Freaks and geeks. So sit back, relax, get whatever you need. A beverage, a libation, a cold snack, a hot snack that creates a small fire or something like that. Whatever you choose. All right. So, my buddy here, Cass, and I have been through. While we have gone our separate ways in our lives, we always find home base. I don't know how it is. I remember one time finding you in the town that we first met. You had taken off to, I think you moved out to Colorado. Okay. Or something, and you came back, and I didn't I knew you had taken off, but I didn't know you were back in the city, and I saw your vehicle. And I put a sticky note that I was like, yo, here's my number, hit me up. Do you remember that?
Oh, man, that's...
Yeah. I saw the vehicle. It was parked in the town. And I was like, buddy, I'm not waiting for this guy. Off the square. Yeah, I'm not waiting for this guy. I got a little napkin or something, and I just wrote the deets on it and put it under the wiper or something like that.
By the library, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I walk up to the car, I get that note, and I'm like, what? Like, how did he find me? Yeah, not like I was hiding or anything, but like, that's just such a random.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit this dude up immediately.
Good.
Man, that was a while ago too.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think you were chilling here, right? I think you were living at that house over there off South Lamar, right?
Maybe at that point. Yeah, that was a while back. It
probably would have been. It was before that.
It might have been before.
Yeah, it was before that for sure. But
it had to have been.
It was because you were living out south in the country, and you took off from there, that spot to Colorado, and then that's when I caught you and dropped the note when you came back.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That was a while ago. Yeah, and I've been, I moved to Colorado a couple times, so that's almost my home now.
For sure, I want to go. I need to go.
We just got here. We're ready to go back.
I hear you.
But I love Texas.
Yeah. I got to go over there, man. I got to check all that stuff out. There's a lot of things that are on my curiosity about that place over there. But going back to that house on South Lamar, on that area. So you'd already came back from Colorado, and that was like the second time we linked up. I think that note led to this, right? It had to have been because you had that automobile, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Got a little seltzer in me and a little.
But we went to that Willie Nelson golf course.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. For the golf tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was before that, right?
I think so.
A long time ago as well.
Yeah. That was before that.
Yeah.
That was a fun time, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to Willie Nelson.
Definitely. And the Puff and Putt, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Check them out. They released a shirt this year, and I wanted to get it, but I don't know. Their whole event is canceled. They usually do a yearly golf tournament out there on Willie's course. But yeah, I was thinking about getting a shirt. But back to that house.
Absolutely.
So we've been chilling for a minute. I had been over there a couple of times.
Right.
And there was one time where I came over and we were doing our thing, doing toot-toots, and like I think I was looking for mushrooms. And I hit you up and I was like, yo, you got them? And it was like, yeah, did you ask me if I wanted to do mushrooms or did I don't know. That I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, that sounds likely.
Yeah, maybe I said I was looking for some and you said that you had some or you were getting some that night.
Right.
I think
that was the goal originally at one point in time, and then
it went south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out that wasn't on the menu.
Yeah.
And it depends on how you look at it. I mean, it went north and south for me. I was on the,
Yeah.
So mushrooms weren't on the menu, so luckily there was very clean LSD available.
Yeah.
And so I offered you some, and you were down.
I came in for shrooms though, right?
Yeah, I think that was the original goal.
Yeah. Up until like I walked in and there were no shrooms there. I was there, and but no shrooms were there, and the Sid was there. So I was like, well, what am I gonna do? What do you want me to do? Go back, walk outside, go back in my car, and go home? What am I doing here, bud? Let's go. Let's get down. Let's see where this takes us. And my goodness, it took us. It did take us for sure, because that's what that does. But I think it opened up, for me at least, when I speak in from my experience, it did open up my mind, and I was just I don't want to say exposed, but I want to say like a witness to something that I've never witnessed before. Listen, I've seen shout out to the University of North Texas in Denton. I've seen a Pink Floyd laser light show in the what's it called? It's a theater that they have there in like the Science College. It's it's not a it's essentially a Cinedome where they have the screen on the above you.
Right.
Have you ever done that?
No.
That's crazy, but
it sounds awesome.
So you're excuse me, I was trying to mimic the motion, and I need to think of what the planetarium.
Right.
I believe that's what it's called. So at that college, University of North Texas, they have a planetarium there, and I took some classes where they would display these astrological and just astronomy based like educational videos on the screen that's above you, a dome screen.
Okay.
And your chairs recline all the way back, and you're just chilling and watching this.
Wow.
And I did a couple of like classes there where sure we did meet in the lecture hall, but that was the lab, I believe they call it, and you had to go there. And they also, on the weekends, offered Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon laser show on there. So I had to check that out.
Yeah.
So I would say that was the only exposure or the closest thing that I've ever been to the SID until this point in time.
Right, like a
for sure.
hallucination.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or a psychedelic.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been there a couple times.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that night I think I did 2 tabs.
Yeah.
And you did 1. And
Animal, yeah.
Yeah, I had taken some recently before, and I already knew it was a really good batch. So I was.
Do you remember what the
confident?
Do you remember what the sheet image was?
Oh man, no. Do you?
No. I just saw a little white thing.
Yeah.
Like in the larger context, don't they? When you know.
Right. No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There was all kinds of colors on it.
Oh yeah, I thought the one I had was white.
No, I mean you could have.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's a crazy process. A lot of crazy stuff goes down in the when you get into the murky waters of the underworld or the upper world of the SID.
One thing about that story, like, we lived at the house for like a year. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we never had anyone knock on the door for anything.
Yeah.
For any circumstance, not to sell us anything, whatever. But we get a knock on the door while I'm 2 tabs deep.
Yeah. And it was it occurred well into this venture. Like it was probably
the boat was rocking. Yeah, waves were. We were in the waves.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Aye, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, we were in the high seas at that point.
Yeah.
And
we get a and we're
what? Did we just imagine that?
Yeah. You answered it, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
good.
I answered it thinking just like I don't even know what I was thinking. Why would I have answered it in the first place? I should have just said forget about it. Like, let's hide or something.
What's that?
So yeah, feeling a little, I don't know, brave, I open the door, answer it, and it's 2 Girl Scouts and a mom. And I'm just like, I just make direct eye contact with the mom, like look in my eyes, basically, like these are not the eyes of a man that's ready to buy cookies.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was just like, not right now, thank you, and shut the door.
Oh,
it's like, holy.
I'm glad that's how quick that was.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I would have definitely purchased, not at that time, but I would have definitely purchased a couple of cookies or something like that.
I'll get down with them for sure. But,
but not
that was an overload.
Wrong place, wrong time,
it was just
ladies.
Too much of a surprise.
For sure.
And
that's crazy.
overwhelming.
Definitely. I was reduced. I died when that happened. I was like, oh my, and that I've taken that that exact occurrence, that exact event, that time clip right there between opening of the door, seeing who was out there, and the closing of the door. I've taken that with me, and I've told that story.
It's hilarious.
Many times. Yes, it's
the one time we get a knock on the door.
Yeah, It's them. Do you remember if they were in their satchels?
They were full. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It's just like I just felt terrible, like so inappropriate. Like to be. It was like being drunk in front of kids or something.
But you did sign up for it.
Yeah, exactly. I did not plan for that.
Yeah.
It was I just have always thought like, what was the mom thinking?
Yeah.
Like,
let's get
we went down the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah.
Although that was like an extremely, probably a pretty rich side of Austin. Like, I would be selling cookies there too.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. We also saw, and this is the second time I heard about this individual, and I'm not gonna plug him too much because I have in the past. But I love this guy, and he's doing some really good stuff out there, out west in Cali. Tony Hinchcliffe. My buddy Cass here put me on to a special. Tony Hinchcliffe's, I believe, first Netflix special by the name of One Shot.
Which was my initial...
choice?
No, experience with Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Because it was an experience. Mm-hmm. I didn't just watch that. We were like...
Yeah. No, it trapped us. It got us and it took us. Because it was, in all honesty, I feel, Tony, shout out to you, that special One Shot, it's for acid. It's filmed for acid. You should be on acid.
It really had to have been, yeah,
for sure.
If
just the cinematography, the cinematography on it, the camera. Listen to me. The camera, like rocking continuously while the special was going on, and just his material in general.
Yeah,
and him. I mean, if you look at him, he's the golden pony.
If you're in the market for something like that, it's one of the best things you can watch
for sure.
On a decent trip,
definitely. And I can't find it anymore, bud. I've seen it a couple of times, but it was exclusively on Netflix, and I can't even buy it.
I saw it a couple times, maybe, just on Netflix browsing.
Yeah, it was on there for sure, but I think it's gone. I think it's long gone.
But even when I saw it, I wasn't able to watch it. It was just like, am I gonna have like acid flashbacks?
It did that to you?
No. I just was it gonna be the same?
Yeah, I want to watch it. I know it's gonna be the same because I heard him talk about. He plugged that special a week prior, or I think even the week of. That I watched it on a different podcast that he was on. So he was it was very deja vu for me on acid,
right?
Which was in itself is pretty crazy.
Did prior to taking LSD, did you experience a decent amount of deja vu or
no? That was the first time. Not really. Not really. That I can say was the first instance I've ever had of deja vu.
Really?
Yeah, with fucking Tony motherfucking Hinchcliffe for sure.
Absolutely, that's good. I can picture that.
Yeah,
I've had deja vu like I don't know. I feel like I have it frequently almost. Yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah, that was the best one for me. The greatest.
Right.
Oh well, that's our LSD story. I want to do one more thing with you, talk with you, and I appreciate you. You got time? You got time?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so you talked to. I do want to talk about music with you, so we're going to talk music.
Okay.
You've mentioned in the past. I'll open this up with like a precursor. Freaks and Geeks, if you listen to episode 2 of the Doctor's Orders podcast with the 512 Foot Doctor, either on Apple Podcast or Buzzsprout.com, and coming soon to Spotify.com, episode 2, my guest and I, Aaron Salvaturo, we talked about purchasing CDs, and I brought up a Masterpiece CD that I couldn't name. So I did my homework and I went back and I researched it, and that CD was Master P's Good Side, Bad Side. Do you remember that CD?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I think you put me onto that CD. Like I'm pretty sure you showed it to me, and I was like,
really?
"That bitch is it's a great great dual disc." So
I used to get down with a lot of Master P.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I've recently kind of been revisiting a little bit, since I'm down in the Third Coast again.
For sure. I'd like to, excuse me, I need to get back into him. I've been just, and I say this loosely, I used to like Lil Wayne a lot, and nothing past the Carter 3, fortunately. I didn't say unfortunately, I said fortunately. But that Carter 2 chopped and screwed by Michael Watts, that Carter 1 chopped and screwed by Michael Watts, they're great. I wish Michael would have screwed the third one, but yeah, I've been listening to that lately, and I can't really tie in with his modern stuff, but
right.
You told me that you went to a Chad Butler concert. Is that right? You went to a Pimp C concert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back
Where?
in the day, probably like 06, 07 maybe.
Yeah. Rest in peace, by the way.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to say it was downtown Austin.
Yeah.
It was almost like an outdoor venue. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember it.
Would that have been Stubbs?
No.
No?
No.
Outdoor venue.
It was like at the end of a street. There was like crazy construction happening at that time.
Dang, there's one Mohawk? Mohawk's outdoor.
I don't even know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you saw him. You saw him, right?
Downtown. Pretty close to the lake, on the side of the lake.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Like
I hear you now. I hear you.
That.
Yeah. Who was he with?
Slim Thug was out there.
Uh-huh.
I want to say Zero was there. But
Mo City Don?
Yeah, absolutely. But
and the boss of the
Slim
South?
Thug, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And fucking Chad Butler was there. Jeez.
Yeah, that was like my second concert too.
No shit. What was your first concert?
Blink-182.
Oh, all right. Nice.
Yeah, I think it was like 4th grade, 3rd grade.
Hell yeah. Do you remember where that was
Frank
at?
Irwin.
Yeah, that place is a shithole though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't. Yeah, me personally, I don't like arenas for concerts. I've gone to them. I've seen AC/DC in an arena, and I've seen Black Sabbath in an arena. I've seen George Strait there at Frank Irwin Center. I've seen a bunch of people there, including the Harlem Globetrotters for sure.
Right on.
And wrestling there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't get down with arenas for concerts.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I like to be a GA guy.
Sure.
Or outdoors. Outdoors for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's an experience in itself. You know, I've had I went to Rock'em Ring. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
What's it called? Rock'em
Ring.
Rock'em Ring. No, what is that?
It's in Germany. And it's a monster, huge music fest, 3 days.
Yeah,
and it's all rock. It's awesome.
Yeah,
and it's epic. As far as music festivals go, it might be the biggest. Best.
That's pretty badass, man. There's one band I speak of called Mothership out of Dallas, and they released one of their albums, and it's from a festival out there. Dang, I don't remember what it's called, but it's in Germany. And it's a great cut. They played their whole set. It's man, I think the entire CD is maybe like 12 tracks, but it's all live, and it's out there at a festival in Germany. Sorry, people, I'm Freaks and Geeks. I'm looking it up right now. Mothership, Germany.
I'm sure they've played Rock'em Ring.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's played it.
Rock'em Ring?
Yeah.
Dang. So who did you see? Who did you see there?
There's like 100 bands out there.
Yeah.
Deadmau5 was out there.
Oh, okay.
Rob Zombie was out there.
Dang, you saw him there?
Yeah.
Dang.
One that I wasn't like really aware of until there, they put an amazing show on, Wolf Mother.
Yeah.
Man, they can do
Wolf
it.
Mother.
They can do a good show, and there's rock bands that, they're better on a CD than than they are live.
Yeah, I found it. Okay, I found it. It's called Mothership Live from Freak Valley.
Right
Freaks
on.
and Geeks, y'all
That's
should
cool
check
cover.
that out. Y'all should check that out. It's a great, a great recording of a live performance out in Germany. Mothership Live from Freak Valley. It's a good set.
Germans get down with rock.
Yeah, for sure. That and beer.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But dang, that's crazy, man. That's badass. Going back to the Pimp C concert, kind of to relate to that. In downtown as well, I believe it was like a one South by Southwest that I actually purchased wristbands from. And these were hot wristbands. We had purchased them from a purchaser, so statute of limitations. We used them for the second day, and they were family, so watch out. We used them for the second day and went up to see I think we saw Action Bronson there for sure. And at that time, unfortunately, like my wife and I went, and we went upstairs to like we were in the venue that Action Bronson was going to be at, and we went upstairs to like there was kind of like a seated lounge. I believe it was the Swisher Sweet Showcase. Like they had taken over one venue, and that's where the Swisher Sweets Artist Showcase was, and we'd gotten upstairs to like a seated lounge because he wasn't going on yet, and he was performing downstairs. So we walk upstairs, and my wife is like, I need to go to the ladies' room. I was like, all right, I'll wait for it right here. Not 7 seconds later, Action Bronson and the Maze Master Alchemist come walking up the steps, and I'm like, what's up, Bronson? What's up, Al? And they take off.
Like a skit.
Yeah, they show me love, and I show them love, just to almost like a welcome to our city. Walking up the stairs, and as the 512 Foot Doctor should be in that moment, in that time. And not 3 seconds later, my wife walks out and like, honey, you missed it. You missed it. Yeah. But it was a great set.
I can't prove it.
Yeah, it was a great set. Dang it. Yes. I did not make this up. Action and Alchemist, they do listen to this podcast. So, yeah. But once we left that, later in the evening, after we migrated to a couple of other venues, the last thing we went to, we were going to the garage that we had parked in, and we just noticed a bunch of people walking to a parking garage and just walking up, and we're like, we just followed, and when we made it all the way to the top, they like had us, corralled into the just audience section, and they were filming, and I was like, what's going on here? They're filming, they're getting all the instruments in tune, this, that, and the other, and essentially, what would I call him? Not a producer, but I mean, I guess you could call him like it wouldn't be it might have been the director. Guy gets up there and he's giving the crowd instructions on like, yo, we're going to record this, that, and the other. We want you to shout here, do this, that, and the other. And I forget who the band was. There's 2 bands that night. I don't remember what the first one was, but that's really not important. The second one, we walk up unknowingly, my wife and I walk up all these flights of stairs. We're done for the day. We got one more in us, and who comes out but Cypress Hill, Be Real, and Sin Dog come out hot, dropping hot, just
staying for that.
They're getting insane with the membrane. They're doing Dr. Green Thumb. They're doing all this stuff, and it's like, geez, we just walked into this gym. That was crazy.
How are they live?
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good. But they would have been better had it not been filmed.
Okay.
I feel had my wife and I seen them like at Stubbs or at one of the other venues down there, or specifically Austin City Limits at the Moody Theater, I think they would have been a whole lot better. But since it was filmed like live in front of a outside studio audience, yeah, I think they were limited on what. But yeah,
what's the status on the Moody Theater?
They're currently using it as like a wedding venue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I say that because I love I love that venue. It's probably my favorite venue in town. I've seen quite a few people there, which I can share in future episodes. But
I've only been there once. It was awesome.
Who'd you see?
Oh wow! How am I forgetting his name right now? He does a song by the name of King of Spain.
King of Spain.
It's like.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, if you could.
King of Spain.
I don't know how I'm drawing a blank right now.
That's good. It's all right.
It's pretty typical Austin music, I guess. It's kind of folky, indie.
King of Spain. Have you ever seen The Killers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You've seen them?
No, live, no.
Yeah, no, neither have I.
No, that'd be awesome.
Is this Moxie Furiovi?
No, dude's from Spain. I think. Like,
is the name of the song is King of Spain, right?
Yeah.
That's not it? No. Dang. King of Spain. So
wow, how am I drawing a blank right now?
King of Spain. Toledo?
No.
King, the tallest man on earth?
Yes.
That's it?
Yes.
Dang, I wish we could play that. Freaks and geeks out there, y'all should go and listen to that. It's I'd like to check it out. The tallest man on earth.
It's interesting. I don't. It's not for everybody. Yeah, I got an appreciation for it.
For sure. So that's who you saw. What's his name again?
Tallest man on earth.
The tallest man on earth. That's a hell of a name, man.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not tall.
Tall at all. That's great. But
that's
whatever.
Great. Nice little play on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, buddy. I've seen a bunch of people there. I've seen Santana there.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen Buddy Guy there. I've seen Action Bronson there. Nice, I almost saw Joe Rogan and Joey Coco Diaz open up there, but I did not. I've also. Do you know what the live tapings they do where they put the skyline in the background?
No.
I forget what they're called. I forget what they're called. I should know what they're called. They are called Austin City Limits Seasons. ACL Live at the Moody Theater, and on October 12th of 2017, I had to go to this event, and I'm pretty sure you could. I don't know how you could purchase tickets, but you have to enter through a lottery. And I've been fortunate to be selected twice for performances that were taped like that. Have you ever seen that before? Like,
no.
I'll show it to you when after we wrap up. But what they do is it's a huge it's a series for PBS, I believe.
Okay.
And it's it's an ACL live taping, but I don't know if you can purchase tickets. I saw a lot of people there, but I'm assuming they all entered this lottery. And the person that my wife and I went to see, and I had to see this guy. I'd been my jazz instructor at the University of North Texas by the name of John Murphy. Appreciate you, sir. Put me on to Herbie Hancock. And man, as soon as I was always looking for an opportunity to see Herbie Hancock, and one never arose. And as soon as that one arose, I filled the box with email entries to get into this lottery, and I got tickets.
Paid off.
And I left work early, darted home, changed, got the wife, and then we went over. And the earlier you get there, you got to get there as soon as it opens for these things. The earlier you get there, the better chance you have of getting a floor spot. So I got a floor spot for Herbie Hancock.
That's where to be.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And it's great. And again, I'll show this performance to you in just a little bit once we conclude. But buddy, I want to thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
We did it. It was a pleasure. It was a hell of an opportunity, and you're going to be back. You're going to be back soon, and we're going to do a big thing. I'm not going to announce it yet, but we have some big things planned in the future with callback the Green Belt Botanical Company, CBD company out of Austin, Texas. But once again, Cass, I just want to thank you for being here, and this was a banger, bud. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to be in the top, the first original 10. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll be happy to be back
for sure.
soon, so.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you again, Freaks and Geeks. I'm just trying to provide the best quality individuals that you may not know about that are very, very, very interesting. So please join us in the future. I have a lot of other guests, interesting guests coming up. I've got a good buddy of mine who's a producer out in New York. I've got another buddy who played college baseball. I've got an artist friend from the Fort Worth area. I have a mariachi buddy from the Fort Worth area as well. And we just got a whole bunch of people lined up. Very, very interesting individuals from the great state of Texas. So once again, thank you very much. And please be sure to subscribe to the Doctor's Orders podcast with the 512 Foot Doctor on Apple Podcast. And you can also check us out on buzzsprout.com. And soon to be on Spotify as well. So Spotify people, I have not forgotten about you. But once again, thank you very much. Freaks and Geeks, until next time, we'll see you on the next one. Don't be late.